So what I'm about to show you guys is how I set up my gaming area and why certain things will or will not work. Now we got a PS4 and I'm refactoring set my PS4 for certain reasons, and then I got my PS2 right here along with two TVs. Now I'm going to show you guys a lot of the stuff that I use in the terms of why a lot of these YouTubers will say, oh, well, this is going to work with this, that's going to work with that. And they don't show you everything, and a lot of them lie. A lot of them do lie. So you have like a lot of cables for things, got some mixers, and just all sorts of stuff. So let's kind of start. Right here we got controllers. Right. Now, this can use for the PS4 and the PS2 when you're saving a game and typing in. So this is going to be for the PS2. Of course, you have your PS2 controller. You have your PS4 controller. You got mixers for certain things. Now, this small mixer is going to be used for terms of sound and channeling other parts of these mixers to help it out with this TV. Now, you got your main mixer right here, which we'll get into later, and your second main mix as well. Now, we have what they call our odd cables, and we're going to get to those. You have your USB cables, you got your HDMI cables, and you got your mic set up. This is already preset and everything. Now you have your plug-in cables, your Onyx cables, your microphone cables, your RC AC cables, your mixer cables, headphones, your capture device box. And I'm going to get into this later. You got splitters right there and another splitter. So what I'm doing is what I'm going to do next. Let's kind of focus in on the back, because really a lot of the plug-in stuff you can see is in the back. So what we're going to do is turn our light on. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back here first. So we're just going to go along and go along. Now, I got some extra cables to help plug things in that are short. Got my sound blanket and everything. Good to go. Okay, so you got other things plugged up there. So, a lot of people like to try to do the split TV thing. I'm doing this with one hand, so you guys got to excuse me. So a lot of people want to do the split TV thing. That was a hassle to get in with a smaller TV like that. So that was left there and tightened up. And then you got this end right here. Now there are other parts that go to it to help it with that. But they want to make sure they're kind of the same brand or of TV that can take it. Now, I have tried it on both, and honestly, it doesn't really work unless I'm over missing something I'm not seeing. But here we have this component part right here. We're just going to screw that in, and I'm doing this with one hand. So I want to make sure both of the ends are going to really match up, which they are. Now we want to screw in this part. You want to get them tightly in there. So you want to make sure all your plugs with everything you do are going to be tightly in. Now this may or may not work. Like I said, for me it didn't work. And then again, I might be overlooking something or missing something, because you would like to look at the small, you may not want to look at the small screen, so you want to look at the big screen. Now, when I did have a bigger TV like this one, I did activate one for that, but the screen was out, and even though it still worked, but I still got rid of it. I may look into getting another one like that. Make sure all your plugs are tight the way they should. We're going to come back to these ones right here later on. Make sure everything you're doing is tightly plugged in, no matter what. So there's that. So I just want to show you the finish. We're going to finish that. So we're going to come back. Let me press pause. Okay, so what else do we want to grab with that? So we want to go to our HDMI cable. So we're going to grab this blue one right here. And we're going to go back here. And it is a trip. So what are we going to do? We're going to put one, the HDMI plug-in 1, which is right there. HDMI plug-in 1's a little bit tight. A little bit loose too. And we want to look for HDMI right here in this hole. Now, sometimes it's backwards, sometimes it's not. There we go. Got it. Right there. Make sure it's tightly in. Make sure this is tightly in. Okay. Now, I know a lot of y'all may like to see this try to work. So we're just going to put, I would say turn the TV on, but it took the plug thing out, which I'm going to have to grab anyway. So let's go ahead and grab that, which is, I believe it's this one right here, which is this right here, which I'm grabbing. So we grab this right here. I got the remotes to everything right there. So we're going to take this end right here, and we're going to find the power, which is right there. And I can't see, but okay, I really cannot see shit. Okay, there we go. So that's in. We want to plug it in right there. Oops, I have the camera facing up right here. Extra plug-in space. Boom. Now, God, it's hot. The power's on. The red light's there. It's turning on. Blue light's coming on. Boom. Now, okay. So now what? Now, I know you guys would like to try to see this work. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the remote for it. So we're going to go to source. Now we have HDMI plugins. See, nothing with that. So it just turns blue. So we're going to go with this. Nothing. Again, unless I'm missing something, which I might. Now we do have a USB cable, which I will grab. Right now, we're going to go to, let's keep it on TV. No, let's not keep it, I forgot which one to keep it on. AV, I think. Yeah, we want to keep it on AV. Like I said, unless I'm missing something along with this one, I don't really know. So now we're going to grab this, which is our USB cable. And we're going to go around back. And it's a hassle doing this at times. Ah, hit my end table. Now, even if this doesn't work, which it probably doesn't, it still looks good. And that's the thing with a lot of these YouTubers. They're going to make it look like it's going to work when it doesn't. Because a lot of them like to lie to you. But they like to make a lot of it look good. So we got that end plugged up. And we have this other end that's going to be plugged up on top right there. Kind of just get that. Okay, because I'm doing this with one hand. So even if it really doesn't work the way it should, it's going to look good. Going to make it look like it's doing something. That's what a lot of them like to do. Make it look like it's doing something. Alright, so now that that's done, well, what next? Since we're focusing on this end, let's finish up this PS2. So let's go over here. Let's grab some of the things we'll be needing, which is this. We're going to grab this odd cable. So I want to get into this part a little bit at the last of the PS2 plugins. We want to grab the AC. Now, some of these look alike. A little bit too much. Okay, I grabbed the right one, which is that. Boom. Got it right there. Now, we're just going to plug that up. But before we do that, which I did forget, which I'm glad I'm doing this video, we're going to put them off to the side really quick. We're going to grab this here small mixer. Figure out where we want it. Alright, so, actually, see, this is why it's always safe to plan. So, let's have it right here off to the side right now. Have this right there, shall we? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we want to grab our power box for that. But we're going to come back also to that too. So we want our power box for it. Okay. We want our Onyx cables. Right there. And you want to make now this is short, so it's not going to be long enough. So what do? We go over here. We grab one that has two plug-in sides, or you can make it that way, which is this. So we're going to extend it. Gotta find the end right there, which is right here, and you plug this end up like so. Said, you guys gotta excuse me. I'm doing this with one hand. That part don't want to fit in. And you're going to have a problem with that all the time, because not all these are going to want to plug in. Now, go ahead, put that end right in there. And you're going to want to throw this cable back there. You're going to want to throw it back. Or just feed it right there. Let me kind of just go, so we're going to go back here. We're going to go back here. Now you're going to want to just feed this cable back here. So you're just going to want to feed it back here. You don't want all that stuff up front. It's a headache. Now, you know all your cables will eventually clutter and back up anyway, so you want to plug it into the headphone jack. Alright. Well, if we can get it. Okay. So, oh, shit. Okay. I need to pause this so I can do it. Yeah, fuck it. So we got that part plugged in. Okay. So, now what? So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna grab the power box for that mixer. Okay. And grab the power box. Now we want to grab. Let me kind of get this. Like I said, I'm doing this with one hand. I'm trying to show what I can. Okay. So we have this. Plug it in. Make sure it's nice and tight. Ow. Damn it, I hit my head. Okay, so we're going to grab this other end, which will go to the back of the mixer. Like so. Right there. You guys can see that. No, it's right there. Okay. So, I'm just going to come around front for this. Grab it. I'm going to plug it in back here. Like I said, I'm doing this with one hand. Boom. Right there. So we got our mixer. Got our mixer plugged in. Now we want to finish with these other plugs for the PS2. That's hot. So, let's figure out what ends on here. Okay. So, we're going to grab this right here. Now, after this, we're going to come back to it a bit later, or so. But I want it close as possible because it is a short cord. So we want to kind of just plug it into that hole right there. I actually got it upside down. Okay. So that's... no. I guess I don't want to take it in. Okay, so I'm just going to sit down for this. Shit. I gotta see what the hell I'm doing. Oh, okay. No. There we go. It snapped in. Okay. So, other thing we want to grab is this right here. Or is that this end? Or this right here? Which way does this go anyways? There we go. Got it plugged in nice and tight. And again, we're just gonna feed it through this end right here, because we're gonna come back to all that. Where's that? Here's the power thing. To power it, right? Which sorry, all looks like that. We're just gonna plug it in that hole, and we're gonna feed this end probably through that end as well. So a lot of ends are going to be fed through this space, which is a good amount of space, by the way. So we want to set our PS2 back the way it was. Okay, so there's that end right there. Now, we already got this hooked up with that TV, and this is where I'm going to go into. A lot of YouTubers say that you can do that with any TV or whatever. That's a lie. The truth is, you cannot. Because TVs have to match up with certain... okay, that's just the fan doing that. Thought it was my light at first, but it's not. So a lot of, this does have automatic shut-off. Have to have the same, I'm going to call them frequency waves, where they have to match with each other in order to do that. So not every TV is going to do that, unless I'm overlooking something. But enough about that. Let's go back here and finish this. Now, we're gonna go ahead and continue with this gray thing. Now, supposedly the PS2 was supposed to work for computers back in the day, and you would see a lot of things like this plugged up for computers. And some say you can use it for the PS4 along with the PS2 like that. And the truth is, that's not true. But it looks good, so we're just going to leave it plugged in. Now, of course, there's our AC. But let's find our power cable for it, which is right here. So we're going to plug that in. Okay. Oh, shit. No, look backwards. Again, you want to make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, so that's plugged in. We're going to finish this right here. Of course, you match the colors. Yellow with yellow. White with white. Red with red. Right there. So, our PS2 system's almost done. Now, we just plug up the controller, like so, which will be for that, right there. So, what we do next, we're going to turn this on. that facing like that. And so that's blue. Let me power this up, see if I have it on the right thing for it. Okay, I do. So you guys are wondering, oh, well, we can't hear it. Well, you can't hear it. Because the headphone thing's in, so it's going to help it with sound. But this is why we have this right here. So we're going to plug that up, right? Plug this end in, because this TV, these small TVs have horrible sound. And you'll be able to hear it when you put in headphones or even earbuds. So I got earbuds right here, which we're going to plug in with it. Get them plugged in. Can't. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So, again, you know, that's really what that part can be used for. But right now, there's no sound really coming out of it. So you're just going to have to really bear with what you got for the sound. So I'm saying, well, really, what's the use with it? Well, we're going to come back to that too. And if I can find it, should be right there. So we have this, we have that. See, now you guys can hear it, right? So we're not going to be needing these right now, but we'll come back to it. So what's next? What will be next, right? So like I said, we already got our PS2. So, well, really what would be next is for the PS4 to get certain things, you know, going and working. But one thing we forgot to plug up, which was the keyboard. So we're going to go ahead and do that for our PS2. But we're going to be coming back to this. Now, could a mixer work for TV for sound? Yeah, but you have to have other stuff along with it, and it just gets complicated. But we're going to come back to that mixer along with several others. And for why. So we're just going to keep unraveling this. Boom, it's unraveled. We're gonna plug it in. Let's move this out the way. Like I said, I'm doing this with like one hand. We're gonna just plug it into our first USB outlet. Make sure bottom. There we go. Boom. There you guys go. So you guys got the keyboard for the PS2. We got how that wants to be, right? So let's go ahead and go back to our PS4, which is almost about done. And again, which is almost really about done. So okay, I'm thinking how, if I want to do I'm gonna have to do a part 2 to this, because I want to wait till this gets done so I can update it and everything. So I'm gonna see you guys in part 2.